They say every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. But let's be honest. You have lived enough years repeating the same day, thinking the same thoughts, and recycling the same excuses. You have spent a lifetime polishing comfortable patterns and calling it progress. Every year begins with hope and ends with hesitation. But one truth remains: nothing changes until you do. Reinvention is not a slogan. It is a confrontation. It is the violent refusal to inherit the same version of yourself again. This year is not about self-improvement. Improvement is a lie told to preserve the old framework. We are here for replacement. You will burn the design that failed you and construct one that cannot break. The Stoics called this dominion, the transformation of thought into command. When you decide to reinvent yourself, a war begins within. Your body will resist the discipline. Your mind will argue with the plan. Your emotions will test the will. But this is not chaos. This is the forge. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The storm that breaks others is your training ground." Each act of self-control builds sovereignty. You will know you are changing when silence replaces distraction, when focus replaces reaction, and when action replaces intention. Reinvention begins when familiarity turns into confinement. The Stoics taught that the person who does not renew decays. To become unrecognizable, you do not modify your habits. You reconstruct your nature. The mind must be rebuilt through discipline. The body must be remade as proof of commitment. The identity must emerge as an expression of self-command. Epictetus taught, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This is the structure of rebirth. You must define the new identity with absolute clarity. The words must be carved, not spoken. Reinvention thrives in silence. While the modern world rewards noise, the Stoic withdraws from distraction to confront their own architecture. Every habit is a vote for the old identity. Every disciplined act is a vote for the new one. Stoic transformation is arithmetic. What you do repeatedly becomes law. Seneca warned that a person drifting through the day wastes their life in fragments. To become unrecognizable, you must reclaim those fragments and assemble them into a deliberate form. Discipline is the chisel. Each morning you wake, the previous version of you returns by default. Reinvention means refusing to inhabit that shape. You rise before it forms. You act before its excuses reappear. This is not motivation. It is warfare. Every disciplined act is an act of defiance against the person you used to be. The path of reinvention tests your relationships. As you rise in discipline, some will withdraw. Familiarity resists evolution. Detachment is your protection. You cannot carry everyone into your next form. To become unrecognizable, you must withdraw the need to be seen. You must be willing to build unseen. The value lies in the formation, not the witnessing. The Stoics used reflection, not regret. Reflection extracts information. Regret recycles weakness. Study your past as a strategist, not as a victim. Identify the decisions that constructed your old limitations. Replace them. The past is architecture, not identity. Physical transformation follows this law. The body is the visible memory of your choices. Your posture, your gait, your expression, they reveal the pattern of your mind. Strength is not vanity. It is evidence of dominion. To rebuild the body is to reprogram the psyche. When the mind and body synchronize under command, identity shifts without announcement. People begin to sense it before they understand it. Your tone changes. Your silence sharpens. Your presence becomes structure. This is what it means to be unrecognizable, not a theatrical alteration, but the quiet replacement of weakness with will. Mastery is the ability to govern the internal world so completely that the external no longer dictates you. The Stoics lived this way, unbothered by fortune, untouchable by failure, unmoved by praise. Reinvention is not an act of becoming, it is a return to command. The long road through discipline, fortitude, and will leads to this: silence within movement, order within motion, strength without display. You no longer look back for recognition. The past cannot measure the person you have become. The noise of others will not understand your calm, and that is the ultimate proof of your elevation. Continue the ritual. Train the body. Guard the mind. Honor the structure that rebuilt you. Mastery does not conclude. It circulates. Reinvention becomes rhythm. Rhythm becomes nature. When storms rise, you will not break. When praise comes, you will not soften. The same composure that carried you through hardship will now sustain you. Through peace, you have crossed the threshold from control to command, from effort to embodiment. This is where Stoicism becomes living proof. The will unbroken, the mind unshaken, the body unwavering. A human being aligned with law instead of impulse, with virtue instead of vanity. Reinvention is no longer a goal. It is your state of being. The old self dissolved in fire. The new one moves through the world like stone shaped by centuries. You have become unrecognizable not because you changed, but because you finally returned to who you were meant to be.